This piece is very sentimental. Very much that being afraid to let others go because you're afraid of being alone, whether it's a part of yourself you're afraid to let go or another person that you're afraid to let go. It is really, really poignant because it's relatable. And the fact that even when one of them burst through, the other would try to bring them back in, it's hindering that growth because they were separated once they were both out. But the beautiful part was finding each other again, getting that flashlight and searching. I thought that was a really cool moment where one had the flashlight from across the room. You saw the flashlight hitting them. So it wasn't just one looking. Having that closure of the light hitting them was really nice. Um, so it was a really good piece to show like connectivity and loss of self or other. Um, but as long as you're always looking, it's okay to leave the womb, so to speak.
I thought there was a very elemental feel, especially of the opening, not just of the setting, but with the two performers who appeared to be sort of trapped together in a way that's typical of like an amniotic sac or a child or a twin babies. So I thought that the progression of the song and the progression of the two dancers trying to separate from each other was very interesting. It had a lot of themes that resonated with what you would see on screen in terms of their movements as well as what's happening in the musical pieces. It seemed like one person was trying to get away more than the other person. I find that created an interesting dynamic. It all ends up working very well for the second part of the piece, in which they move to the warehouse type scenario, in which the performances continue and there becomes a different type of synergy between the two performers, which I thought was a really interesting idea. Where in the beginning they're sort of forced together, and then towards the end they're not forced together, but they are closer together than they were when they were tied together. So I felt like the last image obviously is incredibly striking, and just the performances are quite beautiful and quite thrilling to watch. Such talented people perform things that are not that easy to do. So in general, I felt like this was an emotional piece as well as an entertaining piece.
Feels like an emergence, like a birth, like an escape from this cocoon to kind of be free. It's very beautiful. Their movement is sensual. Um, and then the music shifts to more of a faster tempo, and the movement reflects the shift. It's like the movement reflects the feeling of the music. And the music feels sporadic, so then the movement starts feeling sporadic. There's moments where it feels like they're running from the light, almost as if the darkness is the comfort. And that can also be interpreted in so many ways. Um, and there was just moments toward the end. It was just this beautiful way that they had these aerobatic shapes that they formed with their body, and it seemed like it was just like one body kind of forming. The praying hands, the praying feet, beautiful shapes these women were able to make. Really a beautiful art form or beautiful presentation of movement and music.
It's so cool how they move and escape the cloth, as if being birthed or freed. And their black tape wardrobe was brilliant. Their moves were so raw and full of passion, and I loved the heavy rock music which builds and builds to a crescendo and then fades again. The use of flashlights in a dark setting was also very clever, and the black and white worked really well in this dramatic piece.
It starts out so dramatically and then it builds upon that just beautifully and it just keeps building and you can feel yourself getting more and more invested as the music builds. It was really well done. I loved the overhead shots in this where you're looking at the dancers laying down, and I don't know what they were in. It was that stretchy kind of gauzy see-through fabric that they ended up breaking out of. That was so cool. Really incredibly well done. I have no idea what that stuff was, but the dancers did such an amazing job. And the filmmakers did such an amazing job with this. The cinematography was stunning, and black and white really suited the piece. It gave it this powerful feel to it.
I love the choice of music, this kind of intense modern jazz sound we got going on here, and then the two performers are just absolutely wonderful. You know, they're just so manneristic and just committed to the movement. They do a wonderful job. You know, I love this cycle we go through where we see this twin birth coming out of the earth, out of the rocks, you know, and everything is as it should be. But then they're separated, and when they're separated, they're in urban environments. And then when they're reunited, they're outside again, you know. So we get a real sense of journey and struggle here, and it's really beautiful. And the two performers did just a wonderful job, just wonderful job.
Beautiful dance choreography and visuals that went really well paired with the music. I loved how the dancing and the choreography is really slow at the beginning, and we see a shift changing with the music. It was very compelling visually. It really got me thinking about what's the connection between the two characters, different mythology that it might relate to. And I thought it was really great how it was able to blend in those different sort of backstory illusions within the choreography and within the landscape and the props, and super simple but super impactful.